So, the woman who accused Jay and Sean Diddy Combs of raping her when she was 13 shared new details about her recollection of the night of the alleged assault. The woman, now a 30-year-old mother who lives in Alabama, said she stayed quiet for 24 years because she felt no one would have believed her. Even if somebody found out, who was going to believe me? I mean, it was to the word of two celebrities against mine, she said. She declined to be identified. That's why they called her Jane Doe. So from, of course, her attorney, Tony Busby, let me just remind you the story in the way I remember it, right? So, and listen, when I heard the story, right, the first thing I kept saying to myself was, huh? But listen, I believe that one word that the feminists have put into existence, one phrase, is actually hurting the real victims. And this is believe all women. Because first of all, it is very antagonistic. You should just believe. First of all, it should have been believe all victims. But in reality, it should have been believe all victims. It should be listen to all victims. Listen to all women, listen to all men. When somebody telling you that something happened, listen to them. They might be lying. Jussie Smollett, Amber Heard, and that team. But they might also be telling the truth. Because for one liar, you probably have 9 people telling the truth. The only problem is the way the justice system works in the US, where you have the criminal cases and the civil cases. The civil case is not about putting somebody in jail like all these people on the internet are trying to understand. The civil case is about making money. And you put a civil case against somebody, and for the civil case to go away, they give you $1 million or 50,000, whatever. You guys do hush hush and we don't talk about it. That's how it works in the US. And this opens the door for not only a lot of fake victims to be like, interesting. But at the same time, it also opened the case for a lot of vulture lawyers to come and use the system to bring people who have a story to tell, and then they make the story into a media frenzy. Once they do that, the media goes crazy because you're talking about, and listen, sometimes, for example, when we speak about Diddy, for example, the whole Cassie thing, some people were skeptic, and then there was a video. Once everybody saw the video, it was like, yo. So, but I believe that you have to listen to everybody, but you have to reserve the right to have a little bit of skepticism and to verify what somebody's saying and not just believe them just like that. Because when you listen to the story, and the story might be true, but there's a lot of strange things and things that are inconsistent in the story. And so she's 13, she lives in Austin, 5 hours away from New York. She gets dropped by somebody who drives 5 hours to get her there. Who's that somebody? what is the age of that somebody who that is taking a 13-year-old to a party and leaving her there? Listen, everything is possible. It's the US. Listen, the world is crazy anyway. Listen, crazy things happen in Congo too. So it's possible. But already I'm like, okay. Now, you go to the trying to get inside of a big media party full of celebrities, so full of police, a 13-year-old. Like, how do you look as a 13-year-old? Like, listen, who knows? Maybe she was one of them that looked 18 or 19 at 13. I don't know. But already, if you're a child and you're there, it kind of makes no sense. Anyway, a driver sees her. She's like, oh, wait, you exactly what they look for, whatever. Boom, take her to the after party. In the after party, she says that she drinks champagne or some drinks, and the drinks were spiked. So this is something that people said happened in a lot of interviews. So it's possible. But the whole thing already is, well, wait. I have a friend that I met when she was 14. And she used to go to Les Bains-Douches with her mom, but she used to go to Les Bains-Douches. And listen, if nobody told you that she was 14, you would have never known. Trust me. I remember I used to go to her house because I'm friends with the mom. I used to go to the house. The mom was a very famous model. And she also was a model with her brother. And both of them, they really looked, and her, I remember, she really looked when she was 14, 15, more 15, but still, I remember that when we met them, she was 14 in the club. So already I was like, what is a 14-year-old doing in the club? But she was there and she was partying, drinking champagne, whatever. But she was with her mom. Her mom was a very famous socialite in Paris, rich woman. And she's half, I don't remember what country from Africa, and half Australian. And both of them were always in the party. I think her brother was 12 or 13 too. But they were there in the VIP with us and with the mom. But if you looked at the girl at that time, she was just a beautiful woman. Then somebody, the mom told me, oh, no, those are my kids. I was like, oh, okay, nice meeting you. Yeah, my daughter's a model, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Then somebody told me, she's 13. I was like, or 14. I was like, what? What is she doing here? So me being somebody that used to go to the clubs every day in Paris, I met a few people that actually, I have another friend. So she's all these people are in their 40s now, late 30s or 40s, right? But I have another friend, same thing. She used to go to the club with her big sister, and I used to date the sister actually. And one day she came with her little sister, and so we went to the club, and those people would enter the club because even the people at the door would not see, and of course they would not say it because we were always all VIP, so nobody asked for ID or checked us for stuff. So I've seen a few times, like this other girl that I'm talking about, if nobody told you that she was 15 at the time, you would have never believed. And it's only because the sister told me, hey, please, can you take care and look at my sister because she's only 15, that I was like, what? And listen, some of those people, they go to the club early. And it's true that you might not look, and people might believe that you are older when you're not. So I'm not gonna discount that. But listen, anyway, after being drugged, she believes, or she alleges that Jay-Z and Puff assaulted her sexually, and there was a woman that was a famous woman that was watching. All right. Then after that, she punched somebody, and she could run away. Then she found a gas station. She called her dad, and the dad drove 5 hours to pick her up, and then drove another 5 hours to take her back home, and didn't say nothing or didn't shoot everybody. Because, I mean, all right, listen, I'm not going to say if it was me, but if I drive 5 hours, okay, mate, listen, first of all, what are you doing here? How did you get here? Like, I have a lot of questions. But okay, what happened to you? So she might not have told her that. But if she did, and he didn't go get a gun and shoot everybody or call the police, listen, I don't know. Again, it's sometimes people rather keep it under wrap, or maybe sometimes it's not as maybe the person is not making the story as big of a deal as it is on the moment. It just say, oh, I went to this party and who knows? Hey, Fully, what up? Jujuzan, what up? I have a question for you. Stay there, Julie. So, you know, yeah, it is kind of the whole story was. It seems like, and apparently, the first time that they filed this report with the Tony Bugsby, the lawyer, who's also the lawyer of 150 people who all pretend, men and women who all pretend that they have been molested by Diddy. That's a lot of people too, but it's possible in 20 years, who knows? But you know, these type of lawyers, they're more vultures. They are trying to make a big case and make money. Again, all these people are not seeking for Diddy to go to jail. They just want reparation in the form of green dollars. That's what they're looking for. This is important to state that in those type of cases with these type of lawyers who are actually, this Tony Bugsby guy apparently has a very bad reputation in Texas. A lot of law people say, yeah, this guy, he's like the Lisa Bloom and those people. They find people, they create a nice story, they make it a media thing, and they try to go in a resolution. But a lot of time is defamation. And a lot of time they're trying to settle. Let's get my client $1 million, $2 million, $10 million, and me, I take 10, 20%. That's the business out there. But apparently, the alleged victim, apparently, first of all, they got wrong in the date the first time, so they changed the date. And apparently, the dad did an interview at NBC, and the dad said, "I don't remember none of that. That story didn't happen." So the girl said, "No, my dad is he forgets things," and everybody's like, "Yo." So for the last 3 days, it is about, like, listen, I want Jay-Z to fall, I want Beyonce to fall, so whatever you say, I believe. That's a lot of people on the internet. And then you have another part of the internet that is on the let's wait and see. And then you have people that like, listen, we have no clue. So, you know, so now Jay-Z calls for, those are the new things that, this is from when? This is from yesterday. Jay-Z calls for rap case against him to be dismissed after accuser acknowledges inconsistencies. All right. have made some mistakes, but says she stands by all her accusations overall. Inconsistency include the woman alleging she was picked up by her father following the assault, but he says he doesn't recall making the journey, which may have taken over 5 hours. She also named a celebrity she says spoke to during the party, but that celebrity has said they were not at the party and was touring at the time. Oops. Professional image reviewed by NBC News showed that Combs and Carter at a different location than the one the woman described. It is not clear what the time those images were taken, or if Combs and Carter attended any other after parties. The inconsistency in her account of the incident alleged to have happened 24 years ago do not necessarily mean the allegations are false. True. A friend who she says drove her from her home in Rochester, New York to Radio City Music Hall in New York City is since understood to have died? Oh shit. Okay. The federal lawsuit have been filed by Texas-based lawyer Tony Busby, who says he is representing 120 accusers in different cases against Combs. Okay. Carter wrote, today's investigating report proves this attorney Busby filed a false complaint against me in the pursuit of money and fame. This incident didn't happen, and yet he filed in court and has doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory. Well, apparently, same thing here. See? Who knows? Who knows? But listen, to me, there's something that I see here, right? That is crazy, is that you see how the internet is showing you how as people, right? The phrase we use in Ivory Coast, which is les gens n'aiment pas les gens, is exactly right. Les gens n'aiment pas les gens. Listen, if it was another group of people, they would have defended their heroes. Only black people, when you give them a rock, they throw it straight away. They're like, yeah. And the amount of people you see in the comment sections wanting Jay-Z and Beyonce to fall is crazy to me. Listen, fake free. Ralphie, Jaguar, the woman who was throwing ashes of her son to people in the street, and that is known to be crazy, is somebody that we take as a serious person. Give me a break. I'd be getting him disbarred if I were in Jay's position and I was innocent. Actually, there is talks by I saw an interview of Johnny Depp's lawyer. What's his name? Shu. Johnny Shu. What's his name? James Shu, I think. The one who defended Johnny Depp against Amber Heard, who actually was saying that the mistake that the lawyer Busby has been doing is that you don't feel that he's representing his lawyer, his client, but that he's more representing himself and he's defending himself. When as a lawyer, it's not supposed to be about you. But you see those type of lawyers, they make it about them. And they take it to the press instead of taking it to the court of justice. So you have to understand the game, how it works. And he's also saying that apparently out there in Texas, there's already been talks about him getting disbarred because of the way he used justice to make it a media circus, etc. So it might be the bad mistake. Who knows? GCMA Force 5 is saying, why in English? Pretty much everyone in here speaks French. That's not true. You see, you guys believe that because you speak a language, everybody else speak that language. That's not true. The people who listen to me speak every language, from English, French, Portuguese. And if you look at the chat, something that you didn't do, of course, you will realize that people have been saying hi in all different languages. On Sundays, my show is in English, Club Shada, and my show Internet de Village is in French. So now you know. And I'm gonna stop replying to these comments because there's always somebody that don't understand that. I speak different language for different people. So listen, we'll see. But in my opinion, this case is going away. And anyway, when it's something that happened so long ago and you don't have images, and it's your word against other people, it's kind of hard to prove anything because you're gonna need evidence. So now if you're saying the person that drove you there is dead, when a black community don't feel helped by a rich black artist, they will never support that artist through crisis. I understand what you say, but listen, I'm not saying that they have to support. Here, they're not supporting. They're throwing rocks. It's not the same thing. It's not like, oh, well, listen, let's see. Like me, I don't believe this story but I still think it's possible. Like, listen, me, I always reserve the right to change my opinion based on the new pieces of evidence or whatever, right? But at the same time, this one, I don't know. And at the same time, listen, Jay-Z's not my friend. Diddy's not my friend. I don't know these people. So I don't want to vouch for them just because I like their music. I'm not vouching for nobody. I'm only vouching for me. Me, I know what I did in my life, what I didn't do, right? So listen, if somebody one day throw this type of accusation on me, I will fight vigorously because I know in my soul that it never happened. I know it never happened. So I will know that I'm innocent. I will do everything to prove it. And hopefully it never happens. But I don't know these people. So I'm not like a blind fan, but at the same time, I'm not hating them or saying, they're Illuminati, let's go. Da, 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 da. That's my issue with the black community. See what I mean? It comes across as a lot of hearsay. MJ, I think it's simple. There's a bloodthirsty culture online to see anyone successful fall. And it's more so a black thing. That's how it feels to me. So maybe it's the same in other cultures, but listen. If that guy was Japanese, I was about to say something else, but they would be careful about, and the people in the comment would not be. But listen, to not make it a black thing in general in the US, I see that there's a lot of there's this desire to see the people that you made famous with your acclamation, and you made them rich because you loved their music, their movies, whatever. when they're up there, now you're like, you two up there. And this is not just black thing, it's just in general. Exactly. If he was Elvis Presley, who married somebody who was 14, it wouldn't be the same thing. Or Hugh Hefner, who had magazines with people underage and a whole Playboy mansion when orgies and everybody was going. They even made it a reality show. And nobody called him a pedophile when he was 70 and his girlfriend was 19 and he had 3 girlfriends at the same time. Then it was, oh, it's amazing. So, you know, it is what it is. Listen, last subject.